on the new album, there is Dee Snider, there is a Geoff Tate, Michael Kiske. So very interesting selection again. What was the key of picking up the voices for the Ghostlights?
Intuition. It was all based on instinct, you know. Of course, with Michael Kiske, it's obvious he's there. With Jorn and Ronnie, it was obvious they were going to be there as well, just like Bob Catley. They belong to the family. Also Eric Martin, but at first he was not available, and now he's at least available for the tour. So it was a schedule problem. But apart from that, when you work with Dee Snider or also Marco Hietala from Nightwish or Sharon Den Adel within Temptation, it is instinctively, you know at some point that these have to be the voices. For example, the song I wrote for Sharon Den Adel, I had that idea. It was around midnight at home. I had a glass of red wine in my hand, I remember, and I had that idea for the chorus. And immediately I knew I hadn't worked with Sharon for 15 years. She was on the first Avantasia record, on the second. Then, and I asked her again. The funny thing is, I didn't know how to get hold of her. So I was looking, how can I find out where Sharon...
Because you lost the connection.
I hadn't been in connection. I just met her briefly ever since. And I found an old letter from 2000, early 2000. And she said, "Hey Toby, it was great to working with you. Good luck with your project. If you ever need me again, you know where to find me." So I thought, not exactly I know where to find you, but maybe that serves as a contract. So that is
proposition.
Yeah, that's an agreement, kind of. So I got in touch and she did it. With Dee Snider, it was the thing. I had this song, The Haunting, and I knew it had to be an eerie character and a theatrical voice. And I went through my record collection. I went, this has to be Dee Snider. Not very obvious choice, because Dee Snider is rather known for stuff like We're Not Gonna Take It and I Wanna Rock and Stay Hungry. The Kids Are Back, you know, that straightforward, in your face.
It's kind of typical Dee Snider stuff.
Yeah, but I thought, he's got such a... He's so self-assured or self-confident that if he will say yes, then he can do it, definitely. And we asked him if he can imagine singing the song, and he said, "It's a great track, I will do it." So...
Back to Ghostlights. Is it a beginning of a new trilogy or
No.
something like this?
It's just the final chapter of the two-piece album, two-piece concept that began with The Mystery of Time. It's two albums that belong together. They're telling the story of a young scientist who meets a group of scientists who are trying to manipulate people's perception of time and speed it up. So on the foreground, to bring everybody at the same pace, on the foreground they don't speed it up. They just want to reset everybody's pace and make it alike. But truly, it is, as he finds out, also a tool to speed people up and burn them out and commonly speed society and the pace up so that people don't think anymore because they don't have the energy anymore. And it's about what happens to all of us, I think. We're moving faster and faster. I don't know how it is here, but it's probably the same in the Czech Republic than over in Germany.
More or less, yes.
Everybody's moving faster and faster. Everybody's in a treadmill. Everybody wants to pay their dues. Everybody wants to maximize everything, be more effective. Everybody has to be more effective in order to be accepted. And everybody wants to make more money to buy more things that make it easier for you to stand the increasing pace. It's a vicious circle that doesn't make sense, and nobody really wonders which direction are we going and why am I doing this and where am I running to. I'm running all the time, and I'm running and my heart is beating faster and faster, but where am I running? And I try to put these ideas into a beautiful concept about a scientist who is meeting a group of other scientists who are controlled or supervised by some sinister force who wants to speed up mankind to keep it away from spirituality. I know, that sounds like I'm completely nuts, but in a metaphoric way, it is a real beautiful story. And I tried to make it not just a very critical thing, like I didn't want to be one of those political musicians who make critical comments. So I tried to wrap it up in a beautiful, fantastic setting that is playing in the Victorian era, England, just to make it a little more sinister and creepy and a little more fantastic, basically.
If you are talking the setting, there would be a concert at 16th of March here in Prague, of course.
Yeah.
What would be the stage like?
We're going to have a more visual stage. I mean, we always had a visual stage. We never want to distract from the music with Avantasia, but still, it's going to be a bigger stage now. It's going to be real. We're going to have some things set up, and we're going to have great lights, and yeah, we're going to come with our own stuff, and it's the first indoor show we're actually playing here in the Czech Republic. So
I see.
Our first own show over 3 hours every night. Great.
Would be huge.
It will be huge, definitely.
Thank you for the interview. It was
Thank
my
you.
pleasure.